Ready to go? All right, here we go. First thing you're gonna do is start off with a light blue. But before you do anything, make sure you put your name, first name, second name, whatever group you come from. It'll be something for. All right. So do that before, because if you do it afterwards, it'll mess up your picture on the other side. So now you're gonna make a really sort of scraggly line that goes up and down and up and down. Not particularly straight and not just hump, hump, hump. Just let it drag along a little bit. That shows you where you're gonna put your sky. Those are the mountains below it. This is a pastel that needs to have a little bit of its paper pulled off. Now don't just throw this in there. Throw it in the, throw it in the garbage. Okay, now you have to fill this whole thing up with white. And you'll ask me, it's white. Well, you're gonna have it the whole thing colored. You want to turn it into a sky. And normally, once I colored this whole thing in, I'd add just a little bit of blue, but there's a little blue left over from somebody else using this before. And that may be enough to get my clouds across. Okay. And if it touches the thing you just made, you can also start making the sky. The idea in the end is to get this stuff to smear around, and so it goes horizontally across the screen. Goes with the horizon. You don't want to ever be going this way. And any part of this, even when you get to the edges, you want to get to a point where you're getting all this. Wow, I got enough in there that I don't really have to do much for clouds. All right, going across here, fill this thing up. I'll be able to tell if you've colored it in or not, so please don't try to fool me. I don't want it, I'm coloring really kind of hard with these because you want to really fill it up. You really want to fill it up. Never go this way, always this way, especially on this part, because there's not much you can do to fix it. Now I'm going to just put in a couple of, that sort of lightens it up a little bit. All right. For your, and maybe I need just a couple more, not much, just a little bit more for the clouds. Now that thing is done cloud-wise. Now, the next thing you're gonna do is the mountains. Now, from far away, mountains are blue. Has to do with the way the stuff in the atmosphere hits. Now, I'm just sort of evening it out as I go along. And it's not 100% even. These are my mountains from far away. My mountains from New Mexico. Here you go, that's done. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, go back over it with this white. Ooh, gray got in there. Here's white. Go back over it, and that makes them a little lighter. I'm getting rid of this stuff right here where it like isn't fully colored. You don't want it to look like it's a coloring book. Sort of evened out a little bit. Now as the mountain gets closer down, it's going to get a little darker. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to add in a line of darker mountain. Notice I'm always going this way, even on the edge. I'm going right off the edge here. Not 100% even. Some places it gets a little thicker and some a little thinner. Now, the first time we're going to add in the opposite. The opposite of blue is orange. The opposite of purple is yellow. And the opposite of green is red, if I find a red. You always add in its evil opposite, no matter what. This will turn it brown. I'll add this in here. sudden it looks more like a real mountain. Okay? Turn green practically in places. Alright, now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add another layer. This is going to be the purple layer. Now you could do it any way you want to. I'm using the purple, and I'm going to turn it kind of brown by adding in the evil opposite. Notice I went right off the side of the page. Get the yellow, go back in here, and it knocks it back to a reasonable color for the environment. But there are a lot of colors in your environment that you just don't notice. See how I meshed that layer with the other one? There's a little crossover there. It starts to look like a real place when you look at it. And you keep doing this going all the way down now, okay? Now I did this one, I'm into the green. And put its opposite in there, which is going to be, the green is going to have this. It's too much like the other layer, so I'm going to go back over and mix that all in. So now it's sort of green field with something growing in it. And you keep going all the way down till you fill out the whole thing. You want to fill out the whole thing.